What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Atomic Drop Podcast. I'm the Bat Fry, Kenny Fry, and joining me is...
I'm the Doctor of Style, Eddie Prather.
And also we got...
It's me, the showstopper, Dave White. What's up, baby?
And join us tonight, in about 45 seconds or so, we're going to talk Monday Night Raw, Friday SmackDown, of course, the road to WrestleMania. All that and much, much more coming right up. What's up, everybody? Saturday night, fight night, baby. What's going on? How are you guys?
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
What?
How you guys doing? How you doing, Eddie? How you doing, Dave?
Doing great, big man. How you doing, that big man?
I am struggling. I am struggling to talk. How about you, Eddie? How are you?
I'm doing good, especially now that Kentucky got knocked out in the first round of the tournament.
Oh, he's already talking tournament already, and we're just getting started, big man. What's going on here?
I guess there's some sort of what is it, bocce ball, or what is it? What do we got going on here? What kind of tournament is this, Eddie?
We're talking NCAA tournament here, big man.
Oh, basketball. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Eddie,
bocce ball. You got the wrong sport, big man.
But it's a sport. I'm sure our good friend Mr. Fuji 2.0 has bet on bocce ball. I have no doubts at all.
Technically, it is a sport. You got that right. So let's get this show started. What do you say, Eddie?
Let's get it going.
Eileen bringing in the kaboom, baby.
Kaboom!
And she said she thought it was pickleball. It was a pickleball tournament.
Pickleball could have been.
That could be why Kentucky got knocked out. So,
okay.
Real quick, before we kick it off here, just a quick note. I'm struggling a little bit. I had a cold all week, sore throat. I'm still kind of struggling through it. It's a lot better than it was. That's why you didn't see me Wednesday in the Batcave or Friday on the Silver and Black Lair. Kind of struggling through it. So if I kind of cough in the microphone here and blow your eardrums out if you're listening with earbuds on, I apologize. And also, real quick before we get started, I want to let everybody know that Friday night, Paul and myself, we will be having Sergeant Slaughter's daughter, Kelly Slaughter, on with us. And we'll be talking her life as the daughter of a wrestling legend. Here it is. And also the Sergeant Slaughter documentary that was just out on A&E, which is a fantastic documentary. So I can't wait to talk to her, myself, and Paul Spencer this Friday night, 9 p.m. So be sure to check it out. Of course, the Atomic Drop will still be on Saturday night at 10, usual time and usual host. So...
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not going to get a chance to talk to Kel. I really like to see what she has to say. I'm sure she has a lot to say with her, dad being a major superstar. Yeah, exactly, a Hall of Famer too. But it sounds like a great show, and I'm sorry I'm going to miss it. But I'm sure you guys will knock it out of the park like you always do.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. So let's kick it off. Monday Night Raw, guys. What did you guys think?
Go ahead, Ed.
It was another good episode. Just doing what it needs to do, keep the storylines going.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. The match of the night. There was two. It was neck and neck for me, but the match of the night had to be DIY and Creed Brothers.
You know what, big man? I cannot disagree with that. It was a great match. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what the biggest bummer of it all is? That the Creed Brothers won't be in that ladder match. You know what I mean? That six-pack challenge ladder match.
Yeah, it's a shame because
they'd kill it. They would kill it.
Oh, but both teams killed it. I mean, DIY was awesome too. I mean, I love Ciampa. I think he's great. I really do. They're a great tag team. Ciampa, and I love Johnny Wrestling. They're my two of my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Johnny Wrestling. So you can't have a WrestleMania, Ed, without Johnny Wrestling. That's a fact. So very exciting, great match. I mean, I'll tell you, it killed. I mean, it was a half-hour match if you think about it. I mean, half the time, it killed half-hour Raw just like that. It might have been even longer for all I know. But it was, back and forth, and two great tag teams. It's a shame one of them had to move on because you would have loved to see both of them in the ladder match. That's for sure.
Eddie?
I wish that I would have had the Creeds in the ladder match instead of Humberto and Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think. First of all, I don't think Humberto and Angel have been booked that well over the last since they became a team,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought the Creed brothers could use that WrestleMania moment more.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they do have future WrestleMania moments, absolutely in their future. But I'm just really surprised that they had DIY versus the Creed brothers. Being that I could see both those teams wearing the championship belts, why not have them in separate parts, the wrestling separate tag teams to get them both in that 6-pack challenge and just, those Creed brothers, they do some phenomenal spots, with power and agility, and DIY, same thing, but just the sheer power. I mean, it takes two to tango, but in this case, it's 4 because it's a tag team. And, the Creed brothers won't be able to do that stuff without DIY, without those awesome other tag teams with their athleticism as well. And it's just absolutely, positively amazing what those teams do together. I like that this has to be the best tag team division in a long, long time for WWE. I mean, it's been a long time.
Big man, I cannot disagree. I cannot agree with you more. This tag team division has been absolutely outstanding. I mean, with the Creed brothers, DIY, Truth and Miz. I know I'm missing. Of course, your favorite one that you love.
Pretty Deadly.
But yeah, Pretty Deadly. It's been awesome, and I am so excited that this 6-man challenge with this ladder match, I think it's going to be. It might steal the show. I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's on day 1 or day 2, whatever. I'm not sure about that. But whatever day that is on, it could definitely steal the show because ladder matches usually do a great job. They are really fun to watch.
That's an interesting question. I wonder what day they would put that on. Would they make that a night 1, like co-main event kind of thing, or like do they let the women main event night 1? Or no, you're gonna have Rock and the tag team Rock Reigns, Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. That will be probably the main event night 1, you'd assume.
Right.
And
how about as the opening? How about the opening match? That would get things started really good.
Oh, well, night 1 or night 2 though, Eddie. What do you think?
Night 1 to start off WrestleMania.
No, I could absolutely see that. They do a lot of ladder matches usually to open the show because it gets everybody ramped up. But you have to worry about those next few matches. If they're letdowns, everybody kind of loses that momentum then, all the crowd and stuff like that. So,
and I agree. And if it is an opening match, to get the crowd going and get the party started, I wouldn't have a problem with it. No way.
Paul Spencer says can't bet on it yet. I have a dedicated pickleball change now, 6 months, and I'll be a pickleball betting pro soon. Don't forget, you got to bet on that bocce ball, Paul.
He bets on backgammon. Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah, he does. So that match was awesome. DIY ends up winning the match, surprisingly for me. Another 6-pack challenge match.
Back that up. What do you mean surprisingly to you? What's that mean?
Because the Creed brothers have been on such a roll and have been so awesome.
What, no faith in DIY?
Not against the Creed brothers, no. Now, if they're wrestling, any other tag team, to be honest with you, I would have a little bit more faith in DIY. But the Creed brothers, they're a hot young tag team, man. And so I had a little doubt there and a little hope for DIY, but I'm glad they did. I like Ciampa. I like Johnny Wrestling as a team.
Love it.
So I'm cool with it. Johnny Wrestling's he's amazing in the ring. So is Ciampa as well, but they're really good together.
Ed, I'm just curious. I'm curious to know, who did you pick in this match?
I was hoping for the Creed brothers. I didn't want to pick the between this match because I thought I wanted both of these teams in this thing, but I was hoping the Creed brothers just because I think they could use that spot to be at WrestleMania. Personally, I would have had the Creed brothers beat up Pretty Dudley. That's who I would have.
That
agree,
actually wouldn't have been a
Andy.
bad
I agree.
match.
Well, and so here's the so do the Creed brothers still get a spot at WrestleMania with some sort of other gimmick match?
They might.
They usually do the Andre the Giant over the top rope battle royal. I haven't heard anything about that yet, but do they do that? Do maybe the Creed brothers still get in there and still have some couple awesome spots? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
They might be in that battle royal. I could see that. That would be good. I mean, you got to put wrestlers in there anyway. So why not put those two in there?
I mean, it's a shame that they don't have two separate sets of belts for two different shows. But whatever. Who am I?
We've been saying that for months.
It's insane.
Or I should say weeks.
No, I feel it's probably been months. We've been saying that for months. I feel like.
Yeah, we have. We definitely have.
So the other six-pack challenge, we had Awesome Truth versus Indus Shear. I mean, Indus Shear, where the hell have they been? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, where have they been? I haven't seen them in a while.
They couldn't get their visa renewed or something. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I was surprised to see him. Like, oh boy, the awesome. You didn't think the Awesome Truth was going to lose this match, but I'm like, they're gonna have their hands full. Indus Shear ain't no joke. There's some big dudes that can move and can wrestle. And
I love Veer. I do. He's great. Veer's, it's so funny. I saw Veer at a house show down in Lake City, and he was facing R-Truth in a singles match. It was hysterical, man. R-Truth calls out. He comes out to the ring and he goes, "Anybody want to challenge me?" And here comes Big Veer out of nowhere. He goes, "Damn, I didn't expect that."
Anybody else want to challenge?
Anybody else but Veer? Exactly.
Any thoughts on the match?
It was a good, solid match.
I thought the ending was kind of wonky. I like there's a couple there's 3 or 4 spots that were in a row that were not missed but weren't hit fully, and it kind of led to a.
Bless you.
Kind of led to a wonky ending there, and but would you expect anything else? R-Truth falling into a pin. You know what I mean? So,
I thought it was the way it ended. It was funny. He falls backwards and he falls into the pin.
and so like my point of it was in a row right there at the end is like 2 or 3 spots in a row before the end of it that were kind of off just a little bit. And it kind of made it even more kind of wonky looking, in my opinion. But I was fine with the way it ended. It only makes sense that it would end like that with R-Truth and Awesome Truth. And so I was fine with the ending. It was just kind of the lead up to it. Those couple spots in a row that they're just off. Just the timing was off just a little bit, and kind of made it look a little bit more off, a little bit more goofier.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I like the ending. I thought it was kind of funny the way he just backed up and he landed on, got the pin.
Yeah.
But I like those two, the Indie Shears. I think they're good. I love Veer.
Yeah.
I'm a big Veer fan. I mean, my man's got a beard bigger than Veer. He beat you, big man, on the beard.
Well, I hope they don't bury Indus Shear. Hopefully they give him some
I don't think they will. They'll get there. I mean, they'll be on Monday Night Raw a lot. You'll see them, get their time in. I see a problem with it.
I don't expect them to be champions or anything like that, but I expect them to get some wins, be in some big storylines. What about you, Eddie?
Sure.
That's to me. That's why they need to bring back some enhancement talent for teams like Bear and his partner to get wins against.
They do have an enhancement talent. It's called Alpha Academy.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Austin Theory and the Australian Jackass.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown. But they won their match, didn't they?
I believe they did
against Anderson and Gallows. Yeah, they won. They beat. So
yes.
Unbelievable. I thought Anderson and Gallows had all right, it's going to be interesting to see Anderson and Gallows, but okay. But
I love Gallows and Anderson too. They're one of my favorite things.
Eileen has a comment. She said, "I love Veer. We waited 2 years for him to show up with all the vignettes. Now we waited 2 more years to see him again." I don't understand it. Like what the deal was. Like they came out. They're big monsters. Being led by former champion. What's his name?
Gender.
Jinder
Jinder.
Mahal, and being let out by them. I like Jinder Mahal. I think a nice, mean-looking foreign kind of guy that you just love to hate, and really good in the ring, and he was leading them, and so I believed in this team, and all of a sudden they were just gone. I'm like, I assume there was an injury or something, but.
Well, I know I mentioned this earlier, but when you see Veer's one of those guys that he's good on house shows. That's where they keep him. When you're going to a house show, you'll see, random wrestlers. Veer would be one of those guys. You'll see him run Monday Night Raw from time to time, which with his tag team partner or whatever, and I'm okay with that too. He's just one of those guys they keep around because they know that house shows and stuff like that, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but their main goal is to be seen on TV. That's where the
well,
money's at.
I get that, but he's not gonna win a title or anything. But he's just one of those guys. You go to a house show, you're gonna see Veer.
And that's what I mean. Like, I don't see Indus like winning tag team champions multiple times, maybe once, like a fluky kind of thing, or as like a bridge champion. But I still think that they should be in more major storylines, seen more often because they are pretty good. They're big, they're scary, but we just don't see him that often.
I've seen Veer up close. He's a scary dude. I got to be honest. He's a scary guy. What do you think, Ed?
He with so much talent on the on the roster, it's hard for guys to get. Only a few guys are selected to be on TV on a regular basis. So
I agree.
I get that, but still 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. They could still fit in this year and for 8 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could. I agree.
Even in small spots, it doesn't.
But R-Truth's on a roll now. R-Truth's on a roll right now, so you got to keep that. That's why they're keeping them going, and they're going to WrestleMania. I'm happy for them. I really am.
Do they have a chance?
I'm not saying they're going to win, but they have a shot.
Eddie, do they have a chance to win that?
I hope not. I hope DIY wins it.
I mean, it's like one of those things, like R-Truth being in Judgment Day, and now the tag team champion, now Awesome Truth is in. They kind of did R-Truth 30 and stuff like that. It's like, oh, please. As much as I like the whole comedy, like with R-Truth and The Miz and R-Truth just himself, it's great. I love watching it, but I'm not really pulling for that. Them to win the championship. I'm not pulling.
And I'm going to agree with you. I want DIY to win too, but I don't think they're going to win this match. There's another tag team that I think just pull this off, and they're very popular, and they've been tag team champions a long time. Like their run has been like they've been awesome. I got to go with the New Day.
And that brings us to great segue here, Dave. We're going to go into our third six-pack challenge match from Monday Night Raw as Alpha Academy versus New Day. This match actually was pretty decent. Otis, I thought, looked really good. There's times that Otis, I don't know what their plan is with Otis. He's a big, burly guy. He's funny. He can work, but they always kind of use him like, he'll come in for a hot spot, and then all of a sudden he'll do something stupid, and, he's out of the match. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I thought Otis looked really good, and
Kazira Tozawa!
And Tozawa, he had his moments too. I think it's hilarious when he rips his shirt open and it's just that little body underneath that shirt. I just get a kick out of that. And the New Day, of course, the New Day's awesome. New Day,
they're the best. They're still the best in my book.
They always look good. So absolutely. And so overall, it was a good match. I wasn't sure who I thought was going to win this match. I'm like, I think New Day's going to win, but I was still back and forth watching and like, I don't know. So, what were your thoughts on the match? Go ahead. Dave.
I love the New Day. You guys know I love New Day, and just to me, they're hands down the best tag team out of everybody. So them winning that match is great. I love Tozawa. I think he is just phenomenal. He might be that Andre the Giant Battle Royal too. They might throw him in there, so you never know. But New Day, you can't go wrong. What do you think, Ed?
To tell you the truth, I'm not into the New Day like you are. The last time I was really into anything that was New Day was when Kofi was going for the championship belt against Daniel Bryan.
Kofi Mania.
To me, I'd rather see Kofi as a single act than in a tag team. I've just never been an Xavier Woods person.
Xavier Woods? Okay.
I'll tell you what, I was never a big Xavier Woods guy, but recently with their recent run with the New Day with he and Kofi. I like Xavier Woods now. I like Xavier Woods. I don't like what he did to Paige back in the day, but that's none of my business. That was their private matters.
You brought that up. Oh,
but anyway, forgetting all that, I do like Xavier Woods. I like this.
I do too.
This version of the New Day, and I like it when they get serious. I like it when they get mad. I like it when they wrestle mad, and they didn't wrestle mad in this. I don't like at the end, the whole buddy thing, Patton, Tozawa, it's okay or whatever. Like, come on, you just won a match. You're moving on for tag championships. Put your hands up. You celebrate. You get the hell out of there. But it's like the whole buddy system they got going on there between Alpha Academy, New Day, DIY. It's driving me insane.
I agree. I agree with that. But at the same time, they're still the New Day, and they're always going to be in it some way somehow. And to me, they're still the best tag team in the WWE. I could be wrong.
I don't know about the best tag team in WWE.
I think they're hands down the best tag team.
But they're definitely just as capable as any of those teams to win that ladder match. So absolutely,
no doubt. I mean, if DIY were to win it, I'd be very excited. But at the same time, I gotta say, New Day is just they're right there. They're the top.
What do you think, Eddie?
I still want with the Creed brothers not in it. DIY is the only team I want to see win it.
So who's in this match so far? Of course, Judgment Day. Was it DIY?
DIY.
New
Judgment Day. New Day.
Awesome Truth.
Awesome Truth. Right. And there's whoever won on SmackDown last night.
So that would be Street Profits and Theory and Waller.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
I feel like the SmackDown ones, I feel like they're going through a different route than what Raw is. SmackDown, I think they're going through like a tournament almost.
Right.
I think they're going through a tournament, so they're not set yet as to who they're sending to.
I mean, like you said, I definitely think New Day does win it, but if DIY or even the Street Profits were to win it, I'd be okay with that too. Either way, wouldn't matter.
I forgot about the Street Profits, though.
We'll talk about them a little bit once we get to SmackDown.
SmackDown.
All right, so moving on from that, match wise, we also had a women's tag team match. Katana Carter, Chance, and the Carter. I can't think of her name right now.
Caden Carter.
Cadence Carter.
Hey, thank you very much. I get them. I keep going. Cadence Chance and Katana Carter.
No, it's Cadence Carter and Katana Chance. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Against Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae.
I love Candice LeRae now.
Are you a fan?
I really like Candice LeRae now. She's putting a mean streak out there. I wasn't a huge fan of her yelling at Maxine last week,
right?
But I get it. And this week taking advantage of a hurt opponent, that's some straight up, great heel work and looking for the win. And I love it. I think it's great. I think I wouldn't be surprised if eventually, because Indy Hartwell seems to be a little bit put off by it. I wouldn't be surprised if she turns around and she is actually into it. Then they just become a heel tag team.
Possibility.
Absolutely.
That, or they could be setting up a feud between Indy and Candice.
They could be, but she sees that they're winning while doing these like dirty deeds, if you will, or
right.
She sees that they're winning, and winning cures everything that ails you, right? So
they say
you keep winning. She's kind of maybe this is the way to go. If we want to be somebody, if we want to do something, we want to shot at those titles. We're gonna have to go ahead and be nasty, My daughter checking in, Emerson Fry, saying, "Hey, Dad, you're doing great. Thank you, Emerson."
Hi, Emerson. Thanks for checking in.
Do you think they should change? Do you think that they need to make DIY heels too? I think they probably need that edge.
No, I don't think they need that edge because I think they're so established as wrestlers anyway that they don't need that edge. You know what I mean? Like they're not overly happy. Like you see Ciampa, just getting jacked, getting pumped up and stuff like that. Like yelling to the crowd and stuff. that's enough edge for me. They don't need to turn heel edge, that kind of edge. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Eddie.
Tommaso to me has always been a much better heel than a babyface.
I agree. Like I see Tommaso, I always think of Rasputin for some reason. But anyway, that doesn't neither here nor there. But I always picture Ciampa as being a heel, and I just see him. I just think heel right away. Just I don't know if it's the bald head and the big beard or what it is.
He's got that heel look. He does.
But I think the way that they're going about it right now is perfect. I think DIY is perfect right now.
I'm happy for Candice LeRae. I think she's doing great. And I agree with you, big man. I really do. I love the purple hair. I love the attitude. I think it's phenomenal right now what they're doing with her. I just hope they continue to do what they're because Candice and LeRae, they could be tag team champions if you think about it. I mean, if they do this right and they keep doing what they're doing, I don't see why they can't contend.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good in the ring. You know, they do a good job, and you add that little extra element of that edge that they have. That could lead to something bigger for them. And I was kind of surprised what they're doing with Chance and Carter, because they kind of promoted them pretty heavy, a few months ago. Now they kind of tailed off from it.
They were actually heavy. Not to cut you off, big man, but they were heavy at that pay-per-view. If you remember, it was they were the pre-show at the overseas pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Right, and they put on a great show. They really did. So. Cadence and Katana and Caden, I keep getting that right. But those two could make a run too. But right now, Candice and Indy are really like showing what they're made of, and I think if they keep going, you never know. Just saying.
Real quick, I got a couple comments from Eileen here. She goes, "No, DIY just don't have that heel vibe."
Okay.
She also says, "Was that a legit knee injury for one of them?" Or is that just story? I think that's storyline, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's storyline.
If you're talking about Chance and Carter, Katana Carter, and Cadence, or right? Is it Cadence Chance? Is it?
It's Katana Chance and Caden Carter.
Yeah, there we go. Is that what I said the first time or no?
You kind of switched it. You said Caden Carter.
I keep doing that.
You said Katana Carter.
But anyway, I don't think it's a legit knee injury. I just don't think it, because if it's a legit knee injury, I don't know if they'd be working it the way that they worked it. I think they'd look for a different way to work it. Like hitting it with a chair or something like that, where it's not going to damage it further, instead of banging it off the ring post and then putting her in some sort of like knee bend or whatever, which could go wrong. Which I don't know if it was supposed to look like the way it did, where she went to the mat or not. But I don't.
Well, the submission hold by Candice LeRae was sick. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like her arm is like totally back from,
Yeah.
But it was nasty to think about it, but it worked. It got the win, so that's all that counts.
What do you think, Eddie? You think that's a legit knee injury, or do you think it's just a storyline?
Probably just a storyline injury. I think they would have probably have stopped the match if it was legit. The WWE referees are very cautious. They're very cautious about stuff like that.
He's got a point.
Does one of them wear a knee brace as well? Or
yes. Candice LeRae. Actually, Candice LeRae does.
Oh, okay, I was thinking of Carter or Chance.
No, Candice LeRae actually wears knee brace. I'm pretty sure she does.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But the match was good. I liked the match. It was those kind of matches though, big man. They're quick. They go fast. I mean, you look up. I mean, that's like, I don't know. I'll say like 10 minutes of Raw, maybe 8 to 10 minutes of Raw done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their time on TV. I mean,
and so we also had Ricochet versus Dom.
Wow.
Dom was out looking for revenge for his boy. The man with no shoulders and the largest head in the world.
JD McDonough.
What were your thoughts on this, Eddie? As Ricochet goes over on Dirty Dom.
I'm kind of surprised that they actually put Ricochet over, since it's been a while since we see him win a match. And
so last week, for the gauntlet match, he went over on JD McDonough, and that was the big thing. That's why we had the backstage vignette this week. With I guess not vignette, just that backstage conversation between Judgment Day, where I think it was Pierce, our Priest, Damian Priest, said to JD, I said, hey, I thought you were gonna take care of Ricochet, go to WrestleMania and bring home the gold, and he goes, what happened? And so JD's like, well, I hung in there pretty good. They're like, what the hell does that even mean? For real. Go ahead, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, he hung in there pretty good. That's what it means.
I was just waiting for Damian Priest to call him the Keebler elf.
Yeah, for real. Go bake some EL fudges.
Is that his new name now, the Keebler Elf? Okay, I like it.
Him.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see
Oh
it.
my gosh!
Living in a tree somewhere. A little tree gnome.
No, it was a good win for Ricochet, and anytime Dom loses, I'm happy. But I mean, Dom to me is still a great heel. He always will be. But to me, I love some Ricochet. You give me some Ricochet, I'm in. I don't care if he wrestles once a month. I'm okay with it because I love to see him flipping around. It's always a good time.
Well, and so now I think next week he's going to wrestle JD again.
Okay.
I thought the progression was going to lead to Finn Balor or Damian Priest facing Ricochet to kind of squash it.
Right.
But and I wouldn't be surprised if that match leads to Judgment Day coming down and just stomping him.
Okay.
For beating him, because it would only make sense because he beats JD already, beats Dom. Now he's back at JD again. It's almost feels like a setup,
I'm so sick of Judgment Day right now, man. I know they're running the show and I get all that, but I'm tired of it.
The only member from Judgment Day I'm not tired of is Rhea. I don't think anyone would get tired of Rhea.
I'm not tired of Rhea.
I agree with that too, but I mean, I'm tired of Priest. I guess Finn doesn't bother me as much because he's just there. As far as to me, it's not like he does anything. He defends JD McDonough is what he does.
Well, he didn't. He did it on Monday night. JD's like he slapped him in the arm, like you're like right, and Finn kind of just like eyebrows went up, kind of looked away.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, the only guy Finn doesn't bother me. All the rest of them do. Just Finn doesn't. He doesn't. He's there. The way I look at it.
All right. So we had that. Match wise, there was one other match before we get into the talking points. Becky versus Nia, last woman standing match. As Eddie refers to her as the fridge. But overall, I thought that was a good match. I thought everything looked good. I thought Nia had another good match. Not great, but a good match.
Did.
Becky looked good. Nia still looks like really slow getting to some spots, but give her credit. She got to those spots. She made the moves. She made the moves look good. She took the moves that were applied to her, whether it was hardcore or not. She made them look good. She wailed on Becky with some chairs, and it's like, all right, I see you there, Nia Jax, but I'm still not sold on her. And what are your thoughts on that, Dave?
Okay, I was gonna let Ed go first, but if you want me to,
Eddie's head was down. I didn't know.
Yeah, he's down. Yeah, personally, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought every angle of that match was phenomenal. I mean, even with Nia, and Nia sometimes we know she botches a lot of things, but in this match she kind of didn't. I mean, everything was good. She really did look good. The one thing about the match I did love was the ending. I thought her coming off that ladder, doing that leg drop onto that table, and Nia just taking it the way she did, was great. And that's the only way you could possibly end that match because of Nia being bigger than Becky. So ending it the way it did, getting the 10 count, to me, congrats to Becky. She definitely deserves it. I hope she's done killing herself before WrestleMania because she's taken all these matches, which is totally she doesn't have to do. I mean, she already proved herself. She's already in the main event at WrestleMania. So my point being is the match was great. Nia did exactly what Nia should have done. And if this takes Nia out of the championship picture, I'm okay with that.
I hope Becky is finally done with the refrigerator. Time to move on to better things.
She might be done with her for a little bit, but if Becky wins the title at WrestleMania, I don't, because Nia Jax is never going to be out of the title picture as long as she's wrestling. And so I love the match. I thought it was a great match. Both wrestlers were awesome. And the only thing I didn't like, there's two spots early on in the match. At the beginning, Becky came out like a ball of fire. She hit I think it was a missile drop kick. I think it was a missile drop kick. No, it was some sort of drop kick. I don't know if it was off the ropes now. I can't remember exactly. I feel like it was off the ropes.
It might have been.
But Nia took it and she stumbled to the opposite side of the ring and threw the ropes. I'm like, go take the fall and roll out of the ring if you have to. But she kind of went through the middle of the ropes, like kind of stumbled and went through the middle of the ropes. Like she stepped over. It's not like she fell out. So it was kind of wonky looking, but okay, whatever, that's fine. And then at the end, the finish, which was fantastic. That like Eileen says here, that was fantastic move off the ladder.
Great.
At the end there, that leg drop off the ladder by Becky was awesome. Nia took it fantastic. They're able to show that in slow motion. Everything was great. The only thing I didn't like was how the hell did she get there? She was nowhere near the table. She kind of just wobbled and stumbled and kind of got up on it, laid across it. Like, what the hell is that? So I thought there could have been a better way to get her there.
Right.
But besides that, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a great match. It wasn't overly hardcore for a last woman standing match, but it didn't have to be. They had everything that everybody wanted. They wanted the chairs, they wanted the tables. The table, they couldn't get that one table leg up.
No.
Becky couldn't flip it over because she just couldn't flip it over. The table she had to set up, but then Nia went to set it up. The legs fall down. She's like, oh, what the hell? Then she tries again. The legs fall down again. She's like, the crowd's giving it to her. So that was killing me. I thought that's hilarious.
The one thing about the match I did like, there was no major injury in the match, which was really good. I mean, God forbid Becky would have got hurt going before WrestleMania even started. Nobody really got seriously injured into this match, which is totally perfect. Is what you want going into WrestleMania in 2 weeks. But I hope, like I said, with Ed, like you just said, I hope he is done. She's done with her. I'm not going to call her the refrigerator. I'm going to call her Nia because that's her name. But no, Nia's been great. But it's got to take her out of the championship picture, don't you guys think? I mean, right now, losing those 2 matches.
She's a giant. She'll never be out of it.
Okay.
I think it's time to build Liv up as a heel and let her get into the picture.
Liv?
I feel like Liv's going to insert herself into this championship match somehow and screw Rhea over. Because she
possibly
she still has her sights set on Rhea. She wants Rhea bad. So
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the way she's been going at Rhea on her promos, I could see that. Sure.
Well, and even she does have this little thing with Becky. Her and Becky ran into each other backstage, and before Becky's match, and Becky's like, am I going to have to worry about you tonight? And she's like, no, you're not going to have to worry about me tonight. Just go out there and kick her ass and kind of thing. But you could see a feud happening between them. So I want Rhea to win at WrestleMania. Obviously, I want Rhea to win, but you could see a Liv versus Rhea, storyline. You could also see a Liv versus Becky storyline as well. I could see both those happening. So I think either way, I think we're going to see a lot more Liv in the championship storyline, for a little bit there. So I think, which is going to be great. It's going to be awesome because she's fantastic in the ring. She's fantastic on the mic. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I agree. It just sets up WrestleMania even more. I mean, there's so much to WrestleMania now that things are really. I mean, we're 2 weeks away, so everything's starting to shape up, and you can see things are going to happen during these matches. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Anything else from this match, guys?
Nah, loved it.
Eddie, you good? All right.
It was a great main event for Raw, and it's exactly what they had to do.
Eddie, go ahead. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I'm just hoping we don't need to see another Becky Nia match for a while.
True.
There's a lot more women out there on the roster that Becky could have matches with.
Yeah, I agree. It's a hell of a women's division on Raw and SmackDown. So
I don't think she should have another match until WrestleMania, guys. Honestly, there's no reason for Becky to even do anything right at this point in time. You're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. Let her just do promos, come into the ring, save somebody, whatever she has to do, but don't be wrestling. She doesn't need to.
She's probably gonna have a Hell in a Cell match on Monday Night Raw now.
Yeah, but she probably will. The way I just said that, but there's no reason. But there's no need for it. I mean, just go into WrestleMania healthy. That's what you want.
Yeah, I agree. One more thing from that match for me, I thought it was hilarious when what the hell's his name? The punter.
McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. When he held the ladder,
McAfee.
he held the ladder for Nia Jax. She's like, "Hold the ladder!" She's like screaming at him. He's there holding the ladder. I was dying.
No, I love Paul McAfee. He's great. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, Pat McAfee. But yeah, it's.
Did I say Paul? I meant Pat. Sorry, but I mean his energy level as announcer and the thing, it's just keeps it going. Gotta love it.
And it's his comebacks with
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole. Geez, I can't remember anybody's name right now. I'm in a fog.
Yeah.
His comebacks with Michael Cole are so funny too, and they're on point. Like you have to listen, really listen, and you're catching like the little things that he's putting in there that he's saying. It's like it is really, really funny.
Yeah, they still are good. They're good together, that's for sure. So there are times where McAfee says something and Cole's cracking up laughing. He can't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, go, you know.
Eddie, you guys say anything?
Yeah.
Got it.
If I was in McAfee's position, if I was him, wonder what I would have done as soon as he was climbing the ladder? I'd be yelling, "Screw you and your cousin!" and just push the ladder.
Yeah, you would. That's definitely you, Ed. No doubt about it.
Get one of your Samoan cousins to hold the ladder. Get out of here. But it was funny because Pat holding that ladder, and then later on when at the end of the match when Becky climbed the ladder, I'm like, I wonder if McAfee's holding the ladder for her, but no, he was just.
No, he was actually he was against the wall next to Cole when she went up. Yeah.
So I got a kick out of it. All you hear is Nia yell, "Hold the ladder!" And I'm like, who the hell is she yelling at? There's McAfee with his eyes are like this. They do a great job. He and Cole are just awesome. So
they're good. They're definitely good. No doubt about it.
Last comment on this subject. Eileen says Eddie moved the ladder or pushed her off.
Okay. No, he would push her off. I don't know if he'd move it. He'd definitely push her off.
He'd try to push her off. She'd catch him and squash his ass like she did the women's division.
No, I'm not worried. I can run. She moves like a refrigerator, so I win.
You're right. You would beat her in a race probably.
You in the refrigerator, man. I don't know about this.
All right. So IC title contract signing. So
yes.
First off, before we get there, we had Sammy run into Chad Gable in backstage. And Chad Gable still boo-hooing about not winning the match because he wasn't ruthless enough. He wasn't ruthless enough. I don't care what you say. If he would have went out there, took advantage of his opponent while his opponent was down, he'd be going to WrestleMania right now for that IC title, not Sami Zayn. But anyway, Sammy's like, dude, like, what's your problem? Because Chad was kind of being standoffish. Which he was doing. I thought Chad Gable was doing a great job of like kind of portraying that with his facial expressions and the way he was, replying to Sami Zayn. And, finally, Sami gets it out of him where Chad says, you can't beat Gunther. And so, kind of Sammy's like, what?
Well, neither can you.
Nobody could. It's been a long time. So,
no,
go ahead.
No, the promo was great. Both of them together. I love. Sammy's like, "What's your problem? It was a great match. Why can't we just move on?" And Gable's just got the thing up his butt where he just can't accept the fact that he lost to Gunther. So he lost to Sammy. So you're done. See ya.
And so here, real quick before we get on to the contract signing part of it, Eileen says I like when he does the yeet dance. I think she's talking about you, Eddie.
No, Pat McAfee. Yes.
Yes. She meant Eddie gets up on the table and starts going like this.
I don't see Eddie doing that, but okay.
I do. But anyway.
You would.
I was kind of surprised that Chad Gable didn't come out with Alpha Academy or was part of that tag team with Otis because him and Otis were a tag team before
Yeah,
Tozawa.
they were. Yep.
why as for Alpha Academy, why not send in the big dogs to get that match and potentially go for at least tag team championships? Why not? Like, I don't understand why Chad Gable wasn't a part of it. I understand wanting Zawa out there. He's kind of funny. He isn't bad in the ring.
Because that was great.
So why not have Chad Gable out there with Otis? Or at the very least out there to watch. To show he's a part of Alpha Academy. You don't see it anymore. So I wonder if he's starting to. I don't want to say starting to turn. I don't think that's it.
No,
but, he's starting to get a little bit more edgier, I think.
I agree with that. But going back to that Sammy and Gable promo, the match itself for WrestleMania is going to be great between Sammy and Gunther. But I mentioned last week, there's somebody that's going to happen that's coming in this match. And I feel it. It's going to happen. I don't know if I should make the spoiler or not, but maybe next week I will before WrestleMania starts. I'll tell you who I think that person is, who's going to come in and maybe interfere or maybe be added into the match. I don't know, but he's coming. I know it's going to happen, but I won't say his name until next week. So I'll just leave it at
that. Eddie, anything?
It just seems like they're planting the seed for a Chad turn.
I think so. That's why I originally thought, but I also feel like when Sammy hunted him down later on, they talked again, and I almost feel like Chad Gable's gonna be Sammy's. It sounds stupid. It sounds kind of corny, but like be his beacon of light, meaning kind of get Sammy in the right mindset. Because he said to Sammy, he said, the great thing about you, Sammy, is that you find that opening. You find that one mistake and you take advantage of it. He said, there are no mistakes with Gunther. Gunther doesn't make mistakes. And so it's like, I almost feel like, Chad Gable's going to be Sammy's beacon of light or, something almost like, what was that years ago? It was Jake the Snake Roberts and was it the Ultimate Warrior?
Warrior, yep.
Yes.
Almost kind of like that. And then eventually you have Jake turning on the Warrior. He pumped him with that snake venom or whatever and locked him in.
Oh, that was nasty.
Room. And, the Warriors throwing up or whatever he was doing. It's something like that, right?
I was cheering that on.
Of course you were.
So real quick, what was the reason? So Jake the Snake was showing Warrior how to get to the darker side or who was the Warrior going against that he needed to, was it Kamala or?
I don't remember at the time.
Was it Papa Shango, maybe?
Papa Shango.
I think it's Papa Shango. Yes. And that's what I call my dad. I go, hey there, Papa Shango.
Oh, my gosh.
He always gets a kick out of that. Linda Duarte checking in. She says, hi, boys. How you doing?
Linda, what's up, girl?
Linda? Thank you for checking the show. Thank you for commenting, Linda. Appreciate it very much.
Always a pleasure.
So yeah, I think Chad Gable's not going to turn heel, but I feel like he's going to be like the person to lead Sammy forward with Gunther. And if Sammy does, for some reason, get that upset over Gunther, I could see a Chad Gable versus Sammy program.
Possibility.
Almost like a Jake the Snake, an Ultimate Warrior thing. They're not quite the same.
Right.
And so let's get to the contract signing. We had Gunther and Sammy out there. And Gunther's just cool as a cucumber, man. I really dig his vibe. I like the way he comes out there, portrays himself. It's perfect heel stuff. Thinks he's higher class than everybody. It's just, I think it's awesome. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, he's a cool cucumber, that's for sure. Definitely. It was good. It was really good. Sammy got a little heated there because Gunther not taking him seriously. But to me, Sami Zayn last year, him and Kevin Owens winning the tag team titles in the main event of, I think it was night 1 of WrestleMania. I'm not sure, 1 or 2, whatever it was. But this year, going for the Intercontinental title, kind of a different vibe, but still the same Sami in the title picture, which I kind of like. And I think he deserves that. But at the same time, people will disagree with me because they want Chad Gable to win. I understand that. I get it. I totally get it. But to me, Sami deserves this. I mean, he's been on a roll, and he's been winning matches left and right to get to this point. So win or lose, still going to be a great match. I would love to see Sammy pull it off though, because I think I'm tired of the Gunther IC belt because I think he can go into higher, better things with Roman. So to me, I'm pulling for Sami Zayn, but we'll see.
I have
Eddie,
to correct you there. It's going to be Cody that.
I was getting ready. I was going to jump all over him, Eddie. I was going to jump all over him. Cody Crybaby over there already saying Roman's going to win. Ah, dear Lord, Dave. I have no faith in your boy Cody. Go ahead, Eddie.
I didn't say that.
I
But
think I should put under my name that Cody's going to make Roman's daughter cry.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my little caption underneath my name there. It says I made Chad Gable's daughter cry. So I don't know if
I hear
see
you.
that.
I hear you guys. I hear what you're saying. I do. I get it.
Eddie, so what were your thoughts on the contract signing?
Gunther is the best in the world right now. I think he's been the best in the world probably the last year.
And that's one of the things. If you had to pick an MVP from from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, from that one whole year, there's probably only 2 or 3 names that really come up, and it'd be like Cody,
Gunther,
maybe Seth Rollins, and then Gunther. Like they've all been phenomenal. Like Seth, up until he got injured, has just wrestled all the time. Just every week he was wrestling, putting either a belt on the line or just wrestling. Period. Yeah. And the only unfortunate part is coming out in those silly ass outfits. But then Cody has been great on the mic. He's been great in the ring. He's another guy. Whether it's
Cody's a professional. He's just good at what he does. I mean,
whether it's whether it's a premium live event or it's Monday Night Raw, he puts out the same effort, the same everything. He wrestles a lot. And Gunther, it was almost every week he was defending that title, and all those matches you could say are 5-star matches if you were doing that kind of thing or not. Like it's like, God damn, like the dude does not have a bad match.
Well, the thing about Gunther is too, you got to understand, like he doesn't, when he wins matches, he doesn't need help to do it.
No, he always does it. That's the other thing. He always does it by himself.
Right. I mean, even Imperium doesn't help him to win matches.
No.
I mean, it's power bomb or nothing with him, and you're going to feel the chop. That's going to happen. It's coming. The power bomb's coming. It's coming. So to me, Gunther just continues to win. He is. I mean, we get it, but it's got to end sometime. Yeah. So why not WrestleMania and why not Sami Zayn?
I agree.
I think if Drew had turned heel earlier before he did, I think he would be in the conversation with the three guys you mentioned.
Oh, absolutely. Drew,
that's a great point.
Drew's recent run has been phenomenal. Since
I'm sick of Drew.
Since pretty much since he turned heel, since he started turning heel. Since he started coming out and pointing out all the wrongdoings and where I thought he was right on all of them. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I agree with him. Like he's not wrong. But
well, the thing about Drew is too, you guys got to understand. Like we weren't sure if he was going to sign another contract or not.
Well, and so here's the other thing about that. Like I haven't seen any proof that he has signed another contract.
Well, he did. Apparently he did.
What makes you?
Because I think there was somebody actually did say Drew signed with WWE. I did see that. But no, we were with the Drew thing before the contract was even signed. We thought he'd be done at WrestleMania because that was his last day. So thinking, him doing what he's doing, he was upset about being, the guy that's never going to get a piece of a championship match or the heel guy or whatever he was doing. But yeah, he turned around. And he's been doing what he's doing, which is great. And don't get me wrong, it's been phenomenal. But we weren't sure where Drew stood. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. At that point. So,
So I'm looking it up right now here. I think this is from Forbes. It says WWE reportedly extends Drew McIntyre's contract past WrestleMania 40. It says WWE has added injury time to McIntyre's current contract, which will now extend beyond its flagship pay-per-view. Fightful Select has confirmed that McIntyre's deal now extends past WrestleMania and that some injury and inactivity time was added to the deal in order to get there. It was originally set to expire early 2024 prior to WrestleMania 40, but the former two-time world champ missed several months of action in 2023 following WrestleMania 39, prompting the extension of this deal. So it doesn't say how far it's extended out.
I don't know the years, or I just know it was extended. I know that much. I thought.
Yeah, but it could be months. They just said he missed 3
It could
months.
be.
So does it just add 3 months past WrestleMania? I don't know.
But technically, it was supposed to end at WrestleMania. That was the deal, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, kudos to Drew. And if he does beat Seth at WrestleMania, great for him. I kind of hope he doesn't, but it might happen. We'll see.
I think Seth. I don't see Seth losing losing in both the matches he's going to be involved with. So I can see him retaining his belt against Drew, and maybe that would drive Drew a little more to the brink of being totally out of control, where he's just destroying people until SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you, Eddie. I don't think Seth loses. I disagree with you. I think Seth loses both of his matches.
Ooh.
I think he gets hurt in that tag team match. And like Drew's biggest fear was that Seth would be hurt, and that'd be the next asterisk next to his championship run, was that he beat a limp or gimped up Seth Rollins. And the reason I think that they're going to lose the tag team match is I feel like the whole bloodline rules thing has to be into effect to make it even more dramatic for Cody Rhodes, and you still get The Rock then on night 2. But I just don't see him going out of WrestleMania with that World Championship belt. I just don't see it happening.
I can't just. I think Seth goes 1-1 at WrestleMania. To be honest with you, I think he wins. I think he retains his title, and then him and Cody get beat by the Bloodline.
We haven't seen Drew go complete psycho yet.
No, not good. He's getting there because you can see he's getting there. There's a couple times the eyebrows are all pointed up and the mouth is going. And he's biting his lip and he's starting to get really pissed, and he's gonna flip that switch, man, and it's gonna be awesome.
This is how I would book it. I would have Drew and Seth start off night 1. Drew loses again. He totally snaps. He hurts Seth, and Cody has to go into the main event 2-on-1.
Possibly.
I don't know why they booked Seth Rollins twice in one night, though. That's the only thing that wouldn't make sense.
Because he's Seth freaking Rollins, big man.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
He's the innovator.
He's the architect, baby.
He's an idiot.
He's a visionary. He's a revolutionary.
Clown.
He's an architect.
Like Croc called him the Croc. The Rock called him the clown.
He's no clown.
Yeah. And Seth called the Rock Mr.
Midlife Crisis.
Yeah.
Mr. Midlife
Crisis.
So we had Seth and Drew then. What else did we have for Monday night? Cody and Paul Heyman.
Actually, you're missing a big thing here, big man.
What am I missing?
Jay and Jimmy.
Why am I missing? Like, what's the big deal? They came out there and I guess we should talk.
The face-off was good.
So I don't know if it was good. I didn't think it was. I think they're both terrible on the mic.
Big brother, little brother.
They're twins.
I get it.
I don't get it. I guess I'm not a twin, so I don't understand it. But still, but anyway,
I'm not a twin either, but I still get it.
So yeah, you did have Jimmy and Jay with their face off. Was that the beginning of the night, right?
It was the big yes. Yes,
Okay.
It was. Yes.
Because I don't have it written down. I don't remember it.
It's just me, oof.
And so then they're face to face, and basically Jimmy said every big spot that you had was because of me.
Right.
So I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but you kind of look at it like, well, he's not terribly wrong,
Best tag team.
And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Go ahead, Ed.
It was a decent segment. It just keeps the story going between the two.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't think they needed it.
but it's the Uso brother. Yeah, of course you needed it.
They didn't need that.
Why?
You could have had Indus Shear wrestle a little bit longer. They just didn't need it. It's like, they hate each other. Jimmy's interrupted in so many different matches. I just don't feel like they needed the face-to-face, everything is big, that happened to you big, main event, Jey Uso is because of me. You won the tag team championship without me. You said, you said I left, you left SmackDown. Oh, okay. Like, I just don't understand like what it proved. It's like, it added to it a little bit, but
It was good to see Cody come out though and save Jimmy. Save Jay though. I like that. I was okay with that.
I don't like it.
What has Jimmy ever won without Jay at his side?
Well, Jimmy always gets hurt anyway. We all know that. He's always
You're right.
every match he does, he gets hurt. I mean, that's just the Jimmy Uso way. But no, I liked it. I thought it was good. It gave you, what's the word I'm looking for? It gave you
Layers?
no. I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but
A queasy stomach?
it's getting you ready for those two at WrestleMania. That's why I liked it. It kind of sets the match up, which is going to be really good with those two, I think.
It showed how jealous that Jimmy is of Jay.
Motivation, that's the word I'm looking for. Motivation to see those two working to get against each other instead of together. That's why I like it.
Well, and so back when Dave and I started the show, Eddie, I don't know if you were watching then yet or not, but back when we started the show off, that's one of the things that I brought up, and Dave was like, "No way, they're brothers, they can't split up." And I said, "With Jimmy getting hurt so often, there's bound to be a certain amount of jealousy because you see your sibling, your twin, your younger brother, whatever the hell he is, out there doing well without you, like he doesn't need you. They've been a tag team for so long. There's going to be a certain amount of jealousy." And I said, that's what's going to turn, Jimmy on Jay. Jay's getting the title shot against Roman, and stuff like that. I said, it's gonna happen. It's gonna turn Jimmy on Jay, and that's what happened. It's Jimmy's jealousy of Jay because that's what Jimmy wants. Jimmy wants what Jay has, but he's not getting that because he's still a part of the bloodline. He's being basically pushed down below Solo.
Maybe Jay's the factor of this whole thing. Maybe Jay's the factor of this whole thing. Think about it. Maybe Jay is the factor of Cody and Roman.
He could be. And that's why I said the bloodline needs the win on night one. So you have bloodline rules, anything goes, which means you could still have Jey Uso come down. You could still have Seth Rollins limp down after he gets his ass beat by Drew McIntyre, and try to help Cody out. And eventually, that's how we get to Stone Cold.
Right, but but maybe Jay's the end factor, though. What I'm saying with Jay, maybe Jay's the guy that ends Roman's streak.
Or does he help Roman?
It's one or the other. I'm not sure.
I don't think.
If I had to guess, I would say he would go against Roman. To be honest with you,
well, it would only make sense, but
to help Cody win, yeah, possibly.
I could see Jimmy going against Roman.
Yeah,
I could see Roman yelling at Jimmy, go get him, or just like yelling at him or pushing him, push
well, we've seen that before when they super kicked him. Remember?
Yeah, I could see kind of something similar to that happening.
Right,
leading Jimmy to turn on Roman, but then getting, of course, a Solo spike to the throat, and then you have one Uso left, Solo Sikoa.
I'm sick of Solo, but it is what it is.
I got an idea. Jay and Jimmy and Jay could open up night one too. Them have a good match until Rikishi comes out and steps between the two, get them back on the, take them to the back, and then night two when Roman belittling Jimmy, that's when a double super kick on Roman to take his head off.
Ooh, I like that.
So, do you guys think Rikishi's going to be there?
See, I think he's. I was just going to bring that up. Special guest referee, maybe.
I don't know. You think they would have announced that already?
That's true. Well, not really. They could wait till last Monday Night Raw to do that.
We got a comment here from Eileen. She says, "So Solo won't have any WrestleMania match. No, he's gonna walk behind everybody, brooding, all angry in his little hoodie.
He
Up, looking like
could be in the
Taz.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
I got
Taz knockoff.
my impersonation of Solo Sikoa. He's a little loud dog.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's a little yipper.
He could be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal though, if he's not in the match.
If they have it, I haven't heard anything about it yet.
Usually they'll, I'm sure they will. I don't see why they wouldn't.
So, all right. Anything else from Monday Night Raw? Cody and Paul Heyman. We didn't do Cody Paul Heyman yet.
Cody and Paul Heyman, which was very good.
We have.
But Cody made a deal with the devil. I'll tell you.
Eileen says, I feel like he's like Reigns in that he just has that one move, meaning Solo Sikoa, the spike.
Oh, the spike. Yeah. Okay.
We don't see enough of him to even know.
But Roman does at least 3 really good moves. The spare, of course, the Superman punch, and everybody forgets he has that pretty good the submission hold, the
guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine.
Yes.
Well, and so the thing about that is, it's like the Hulk Hogan school of thought with that. So you watch some old video of Hulk Hogan in like Japan, and the dude could straight up wrestle, which shocked the shit out of me. I never thought Hulk Hogan could wrestle. But watching that, it was absolutely. I mean, the dude was putting on some terrific moves. He absolutely was. Watch some of his matches in New Japan. He was fantastic. Mm-hmm. But then when he went to WWF, less was more. You know what I mean? Right. You had the punches, the big boot, the leg drop.
Yeah,
that's it. There was nothing else. You had the Hulk out and stuff like that. Less is more. John Cena, the 5 moves of doom, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes less is more. And I heard another wrestler talking about that on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast just recently, because I listened to the old episodes back. And I don't remember if it was Raven. I think it was Raven. Was talking about sometimes he said sometimes a simplified offense is all you need. Just and he talked about his 5 moves of doom, basically is what he called it.
Right.
And but anyway,
you're forgetting about the Rock's 3 moves of doom: the rock bottom, the people's elbow, and the eyebrow.
Well, he also does that thing where he spits in his hand and does the punch, and
yeah.
So it's. But again, it's simplified. There's not a whole lot to it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, same thing. It's simplified offense. But you go back and you watch Steve Austin in his younger days when he wasn't as big, when he wasn't a main eventer. There was a lot more to it to work up to that. So once you're that main eventer, simplify.
Go ahead.
His stunning Steve Austin days in WCW. Yeah, he had a lot more moves in his moveset.
There was a go back to WrestleMania 3, guys, real quick. The Andre and Hogan match. Do you guys remember that match? There was a segment. There was a point in the match where Hogan takes off the mat and tries to pile drive Andre. Are you kidding? Seriously? Like you're gonna pick him up? Come on. It's like, what was the point of that? I don't get it. I thought maybe Hogan trying a pile driver, that's fine, but not on Andre. I mean, try it on somebody else, But I'm just another move for Hogan that I just remember he did. That's all.
Tried to do anyway.
Tried to, didn't successfully get it done, but he tried. But
all right, so
whatever.
So Cody and Paul Heyman. So Cody comes out. And I don't remember what Cody was talking about, but then Paul Heyman comes out. And Paul says that Roman wants Cody to come to SmackDown. He has it. Roman gives his word that it'll be just Roman. There won't be no bloodline, just Roman Reigns. He wants to talk to Cody, wants to confront Cody.
Cody was talking about Rock.
Yeah. So, Cody, you're right. Cody brought up Rock's mother and said how terrific she is, blah, blah, blah. The whole baby face thing, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine with that route. That's a good route to go. I don't think Rock really said anything bad about Cody's mom. He just said he's going to give a bloody belt to her. I mean, he didn't say anything bad. He didn't call her he didn't say she couldn't bake or anything like that, or she doesn't. She raised a goofy ass kid or anything. So I don't know.
Mama Rhodes.
So he was talking about Rock, breaking down the whole Rock thing,
Mm.
Paul Heyman comes down and he says, Roman, would like you to come to SmackDown. Roman gives you his word. He'll be by himself, no bloodline. And Cody said, you have my word that it'll be just me, nobody else. And basically that was it, I guess, right?
Well, he made a deal with the devil is what he did.
How do you make a deal with the devil?
Because you don't trust Paul Heyman when he says something like that.
Well, it's not Paul Heyman. Maybe Paul Heyman didn't even know it.
Roman Reigns said, I'll be there by myself. Do you really think that's going to happen? I mean, seriously.
Lies,
Roman can't win a match by himself, let alone be on the ring by himself. I mean,
Roman's like the opposite of Gunther.
Exactly. I agree. But when I'm watching that promo and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that Roman's going to be by himself because he can't do anything by himself, let alone win a match by himself. So you knew that was going to. I mean, making a deal with Paul Heyman, to me that was just like a waste of time. Because Paul Heyman always has something under his sleeve because you guys know how Paul Heyman is.
Yeah. So let's just switch over to SmackDown while we're talking about Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. So
you want to go over some ads before we start that?
All right, let's do that.
Go ahead.
If you want me to, Dave, I will.
Okay.
Be all pushy about it. I don't know.
I'm not being pushy. I'm just saying.
Let's start off with Big Al. I'm sorry. I always do Big Al first. I'm going to do Big Al first again. Big Al, Jason Fine. You can reach Big Al, attorney Big Al, at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Jason Fine specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. He has 3 office locations conveniently located throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, the office is located on 3 Greensward Lane. The phone number there is 856-209-5258. And in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the offices are located 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900. The phone number there is 412-365-8151. Then in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the office is located 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120. The phone number there is 267-888-2980. That's Jason Fine. And then, of course, we got our terrific coffee here, monkeycoldcoffee.com. Get all your gourmet coffee needs there. They have bourbon chocolate chip infused coffee, toasted coconut rum, a Sumatran medium roast blend, a organic blend, Perula, Florida. Their newest blend is golden honey agave, and they're also selling individual containers of barrel-aged honey. So check all that stuff out and head on into their swag shop. Get yourself a t-shirt, coffee mug, tumbler cup, the cold brew pitcher set, K-cup adapters, and don't forget that Paradise rum cake. All that at monkeycoldcoffee.com and much, much more. At checkout, be sure to use that promo code OOTB Sports for 10% off your order. That promo code, once again, is OOTB Sports for 10% off your order at monkeycoldcoffee.com. And real quick, everybody, just a programming note here. Dave, you want to go ahead and give us a shout out about this?
Yeah, check us out next Tuesday night. We're actually Sully and I are back. We're back with Extra Innings. It's going to be a good time. We'll be talking MLB baseball. It's going to be a long season. Season is getting underway. Tuesday night, 7:00. Check us out. Extra Innings. We did it last year. We had a really good time. We plan to do it again this year and have some more fun. Talking about divisions and teams and first places and rookies and all kinds of baseball stuff. So if you're into baseball, check us out. MLB Tuesday night, Extra Innings, Tuesday night, 7:00. Hope to see you there.
All right. Yeah, Extra Innings, fantastic show. You guys did a great job on that last year. I can't wait to watch some more of that. And hear what you guys have to say on Shohei Ohtani. Eddie, what do you think about Shohei Ohtani?
If he's involved in this guilty, he needs to get the Pete Rose punishment ban. I think the feds are going to get involved with this. There's a lot of money involved.
Well, I do know they said that Ohtani's camp has hired internal investigators, so I could see it going the other way, where MLB doesn't want to lose their top star, and they say, "All right, Pete Rose, come on in." So,
yeah, but
because Pete Rose is gonna be screaming from the hilltops on this one.
Yeah, but if the feds get involved, then MLB ain't gonna have much to say about it.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
I really don't know where to go with this, to be honest, because to me, the interpreter did the crime. Why should Otani have to do the time?
Did he do the crime, or did he just take the fall for Otani?
Oh, he's taking
That's the
right.
question. That's the question.
Okay,
It seems kind of fishy, you know.
but if the interpreter is doing the betting, what does that have to do with Otani at all?
Otani's giving him the money, saying, "Hey, I need you to place these bets for me."
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Well, is he, or is he just doing it by himself?
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. You know,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, is he taking Otani's money and Otani not knowing what's going on?
Well, so the original, not to get too far off wrestling here, but the original thing I heard was that Otani's interpreter came to him and said, "I'm in a bad way with some gambling debt, $4.5 million," and Otani gave it to him because they're good friends or whatever. I would not give my good friend $4.5 million. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
But anyway, and here it was just for him to actually go bet some more. So.
Oh, okay.
I have heard that the story keeps on changing. To me, that's very suspicious. If you keep on changing your story, that means guilt.
Well, I get that too, but my point on it, I thought the interpreter was doing the gambling and Otani was not aware of what was going on.
That was the original story. Like Eddie said,
that's what I heard. He read. That's what I heard.
It's evolving.
So to me, I thought to myself, okay, well, if the interpreter is doing the crime, why should Otani have to do the time? It doesn't make sense to me.
So it's looking. MLB could lose their cash cow.
I mean, if I'm Otani, I would fire him on the spot and say, "You're done," and I'll get another guy.
He did fire him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why should Otani? What does? I mean, I don't understand. If the interpreter did it, see ya. You're gone. Goodbye.
But we don't know the whole story. Could the interpreter be taking the fall for Shohei Otani? You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's just
possibly.
A fall guy.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. I mean, you're right. Okay. I have to read in more. I have to read into more than that. I don't really know. I mean, I only heard what I heard. I heard the interpreter was taking money from Otani. He gambled it, whatever, and Otani was not aware of the situation. That's the story I was told.
So. I say let it play out just to see.
Let it play out.
Oh, it's gonna play out. It's gonna be one of those season-long ones too, probably.
I mean, you would hate to see that. You would hate to see Otani do the crime after he just signed a huge contract with the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be so sad as a Yankee fan to see the Dodgers suffer.
Oh, I'm sure Yankee fans would be loving that. But
I would not be upset either.
I mean, as great as a player as he is, I don't know. I don't know where to go with it. I honestly don't know, because if that's the case and the interpreter did do that, and Otani had something to do with it, then I can see, things happening.
Well, there's basically like 3 rules in baseball that you cannot absolutely break. All right, taking steroids, that's a no-no anymore.
That's
now,
one.
Now anymore. Cheating, whether it's like corking your bat or the sign stealing that was going on with the Astros, that's the other one. That's a huge no-no now because there's a big story, just like the steroids.
That was the trash can story, but go ahead.
And the other one is the gambling, which is was a huge story in MLB history. It's another black eye from its past. Those are the big 3 bugaboos it has,
Right, but if it's not Otani gambling, if it's the interpreter, I don't see a problem with it.
Well, and obviously that's what we're saying, Dave. It wouldn't be a problem, but they don't know if that's the case or not. That's what what it was originally. But it's getting suspicious as the stories evolve.
Okay, I guess we'll find out some more going down the line.
Hopefully, or they'll just sweep it under the rug because they're all rich. So we'll see what happens.
That could happen too, and Pete Rose is even more pissed to this day. So.
That would explain why Otani stayed with the Angels so long. He knew he could play good, but bet against them because he knew the rest of the team sucked.
Well, nobody ever talks to the Angels anyway, so what does it matter, right?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't know Los Angeles had another team.
Right, exactly, right. Until he goes to the Dodgers. The Dodgers are more publicity than the Angels are. So,
All right. So did we talk? Did we see? Yeah, Cody Roman. So yeah, Roman and Cody have their nice little powwow in the ring there. Roman, nice little back and forth. Roman saying Cody's the number 2 and stuff like that. He's like, it's not
they're just
bad,
repeating what we've been hearing for the past month.
Basically, you're right. That's all it was, a little back and forth. Basically, it was just a little back and forth to kind of get to the point where Roman gets backs out of the ring. And I was kind of like, all right, so I guess Roman was true to his word. Then as soon as he snapped his fingers, I was like, okay, they're somewhere. And they came out of the crowd. You had Solo and Jimmy come out of the crowd. I thought they were going to try to get in the ring with Cody. They walked over to Roman and stood next to him right away. I'm like, why the hell are they doing that? Why not circle Cody and attack him? You know what I mean? I didn't understand the point of bringing them out then if they weren't going to attack Cody Rhodes.
Right.
But then Cody, I don't know if did Cody say something like I brought backup with me also, or
no, he didn't say that. No, it kind of, the camera just kind of went to the left and you saw Jey Uso.
Okay. I wasn't sure if Cody said something like
Cody didn't say. Cody kind of. I want to say he kind of moved his head to the left, saying that he saw Jey there. But if you watch, I watched it twice, and the only thing I saw, and I was looking for something like that, like just not like something that Roman did. But no, all he saw was the camera just went to the left, went to the right side, and you saw there's Jey Uso just sitting right there. Because who was it? Like it was the announcer. What's his name? Help me out here, Ed.
Wade Barrett?
No, the other announcer.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, Corey Graves. And you heard Corey Graves say, wait a minute. And then you saw Jey Uso right there. Here we go. So
then you had Seth Rollins looking somewhat normally dressed until he took the goddamn hoodie off.
He had a sweat jacket on.
Yeah, then he took it off and he was wearing something crazy ass red looking.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So whatever. But anyway, so it was interesting. Then I thought we were going to get some fisticuffs, but nothing happened. It was kind of a letdown.
Well, yeah. At the same time, I agree it was a letdown, and I'm not going to argue that. But at the same time, it leaves you hanging for the next episode. You know what I'm saying? With all those 6 guys staying there at one time. So that's I didn't mind it. I was okay with it. The way it ended, I was fine with that.
It would have been better if Solo got on the ring apron. Roman got on the ring apron. Jimmy gets on the ring apron. Then all of a sudden, Cody's in the middle. He smiles and says to Roman, "I can see you're not a man of your word." And Roman just smiles at him and he says, "Neither am I." And then he's like, he furrows his brow, like, "What do you mean?" And then all of a sudden, you see Jey and Seth.
Rollins.
They come up, they get in the ring with them, and all of a sudden, Bloodline backs down, gets off the ring apron, starts backing up the aisle. That would have been much, much better. That would have been more suspenseful because what's going to happen to Cody? They're surrounding Cody. Cody brought backup.
I kind of like the way they did it. I really do, because you weren't expecting Jey and Seth. You know what I'm saying? So with those 3 just standing there, here comes Jey, here comes Seth. Kind of just, I see what you're saying. I agree with that, but I kind of like what they did.
They offered no threat. They offered 0 threat. They walked a quarter of the way up the ramp away from Cody Rhodes and stood there, stared at him. What the hell was that going to do?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like they walked past the ring. Like why not?
I get it.
Like old school Shield, which Roman brought up.
Yes, he did.
He brought into question, Seth again and his trustability, and get on the apron like the Shield would have. And then, bring in the other 2 guys with Cody, and then they just get off and they retreat.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? Like it's because you wouldn't expect Cody not to be a man of his word, but he's willing to go that extra distance to beat Roman Reigns.
I loved when Roman said, "Are you just stupid?" He goes, "My brother Seth Rollins, he turned his back on me. What makes you think he's not going to turn your back on you?"
And this brings me to this comment here from Paul Spencer. Says, okay, commercial break from UFC, 4 more fights left. The Rock and Seth are going to flip, and Roman and Rocky at Backlash.
Okay.
I see that more of a SummerSlam, like another big pay-per-view.
Yeah, I was thinking SummerSlam. I was thinking Backlash.
But yeah, I could see it either way. I can see them. I can see them both flipping, or I can see just Seth flipping, or I can see just Rock flipping. I don't know.
What I see is I see that Roman's going to lose to Cody, and for the next several weeks afterwards, Roman's going to get belittled by The Rock.
Yeah,
Where to the point where Roman is the one to eventually flip.
and then that could be very well the case as well. That's something that you could kind of see happening. The Rock is pissed off. You call yourself the tribal chief. I'm the final boss, and you lost, and all that other stuff. I acknowledged you, kind of stuff. And
right.
Paul said it must be nice to a nice a man and wife share the same closet. Becky and Seth Rollins.
Yes. Oh, God. That's just wrong. Yeah, I see it, but
I think says SummerSlam is the next pay-per-view that's not overseas.
Yeah, SummerSlam's actually, where did I hear that? Where's it from? Where is it? Cleveland, I think.
That's like overseas.
Is it Cleveland?
That's like a nuclear war. That's like,
I think it's either. I thought it was Cleveland, or is it Tampa? I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
No,
matter.
I know I saw it, but
I feel like I feel like you're right. I feel like it might be in Cleveland.
Guys, I'm starting to see something different here. I know I've been defending Cody for the longest time, but something's telling me I don't think he pulls it off. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but I don't
swear to God, if I have to hear about his goddamn story one more year, I'm not.
I know, and I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to turn a little bit. I don't know what I'm seeing things that I don't think he's going to win. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. We'll see.
Eddie?
I just don't see how. There's no way the backlash. If Cody doesn't finish the story at WrestleMania this year, the backlash will be too great.
Yeah, it would be.
But
I don't know if I'm not turn on Cody, but
I'll give my prediction in a few weeks when we do WrestleMania. But right now, we'll just move on to SmackDown.
I don't know. I think Cody has to win it because I don't know if I can take another year of listening about his stupid ass story.
I hear you.
WrestleMania is what, 2 weeks? Did you say?
2 weeks. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so we would have to do
2 weeks today, big man. 2 weeks today.
Are we
on Saturday?
Yeah, that's right. Are we going to do the show on Friday night then, since we can't do it on Saturday?
We'll talk about that when it comes up.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out because either we'll do the show Friday or maybe we'll just do a post show. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
I think I need to side with Ken on this one. I think it would have been better if they were going to look like they were going to gang up on Cody.
It adds more tension. The crowd all of a sudden they're like, "Oh,
do you want Cody hurt before Mania even starts?" No, you don't.
But they don't attack him. They get on the ring apron like they're going to. That's when his buddies come out and help him. They get in the ring and that backs the bloodline down.
Okay. Yeah, they back down anyway.
Yeah, that's where Cody could have just said, "You think I'm that stupid?"
Exactly. Eileen says, "Well, didn't Roman say if he loses, he can't challenge Reigns again for the title?"
No, The Rock said that.
Yep.
Roman didn't say that. Rock did. Rock said that in the promo. He said, "If you lose, you will not get another title shot."
Backlash is in France. Battleground is in Georgia. Money in the Bank, Canada, and SummerSlam, Cleveland.
I was right. Cleveland. I know I read that. Okay.
So I mean, there you go.
There you go.
It's Cody's chance. If he doesn't beat Roman, then he has to hope somebody else does.
Win it or go home. Or win it and never get another shot.
All right. So also in SmackDown, we had Rey Mysterio against Santos Escobar. What did you guys think of this match?
I loved it. I thought it was great. You guys, I keep telling you guys, I'm tired of Rey. I can't take it anymore. I'm sick of Rey Mysterio. But I kind of like what I saw at the end, though, because
Yeah.
I saw a little Dirty Dom there. I liked it.
Eddie?
I think it's time to set up a retirement match for WrestleMania with Ray and Dom. Take old Yeller Ray to the woodshed and put him out.
I like that.
So yeah. Paul says $11,300 times 2 is all I'm gonna say. It's insane for 15 rows from the ring and right on the ramp.
Oh, he's counting the money. Is what he's doing.
He's counting the money. He's counting his money. Sold his WrestleMania tickets for that.
Of course
amount.
he did.
Hey,
He's swimming in it.
he's like Scrooge McDuck. He has a vault that he dives into.
Probably in his bathtub somewhere, and he's sitting there saying, "Oh yeah."
With a cigar and a top hat, a monocle. Like
exactly. Yes. The dude from Monopoly. What's his friggin' name?
Hey, cousin Paul.
The Monopoly guy.
What was it? Is it Penny Packer or something like that? Or
I forget his name. The Monopoly guy. Whatever.
Cousin Paul. I'm your cousin Eddie.
Yeah. Right.
So Rey Mysterio and Santos. I thought it was a good match. Rey had a couple mumbled moves there, jumbled moves in the beginning. No big deal. Nobody got hurt. So whatever. But it just looked kind of crappy. But coming off an injury, that was basically his first match, first in ring action. So a little bit of rust maybe.
Kind of like what Ray did off the top was kind of nice. I got the jump off the top, sit on his head, whatever. That was okay with that.
That was vintage Rey Mysterio too. That's what he does that like pretty much every match.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, I didn't expect Dirty Dom to come out, but I'm glad he did because that adds more to that storyline, and it kind of gets Dom involved in the whole LWO versus the Legado del Fantasma or whatever the hell their name is. It kind of gets them intertwined into that, so it's going to be interesting. I don't know if hopefully we don't see Ray and Dom again. If we do, I wonder if it's going to be a retirement match, a retirement or Dom leaves Judgment Day kind of match.
I was just going to bring that up. I think this might be no. This might be Dom's out of Judgment Day.
No. That's how we
retire
Ray.
I don't care if he retires Ray. That's fine. But my point
coming out of retire Ray.
I get it. I understand that, but I'm saying this could be Dom's way of getting out of Judgment Day, hanging out with Santos. Think about it.
Yeah, you know what? When do they do the draft again?
Come on. Dom puts the mask on, helps Santos win the match. They do a promo in the back after it was over done with. Yeah, they saying, are you with your dad and everything, getting that done, and they're together. To me, I think this is where Judgment Day drops Dom. Okay, and he goes with Santos and goes to SmackDown, and there you go.
Eddie,
I think on Monday we could see Damien questioning Dom about showing up on SmackDown and not doing Judgment Day business.
I don't know, because Dom has showed up on SmackDown a few times now without anybody else from the Judgment Day. So I don't know if Damien would bring it up or not. I don't know. Or he could, conversely, he could say, way to represent Judgment Day. We run both shows. Kind of blah 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 kind of thing.
Well, in that promo, Dom did say about both shows. Yeah, Judgment Day. He did. He mentioned it.
Eileen says, "What if he gets out of Judgment Day and hangs out with Andrade?"
That's what possibly.
And so I wonder if Andrade is Damian Priest's way out of Judgment Day, because Andrade, they don't seem like they get along very well in Spanish.
No,
you see, they didn't really have very positive looks at each other. They look very negative at each other.
It's possible. But I think they're just. Personally, I think not Andrade. I'm sorry. Santos. I think Santos and Eddie, not Eddie. Santos and Dominic would actually be good together. Wouldn't be a bad thing.
Eddie's kid, you meant?
Yes.
Eddie Guerrero's kid.
Dominic. I had Eddie Guerrero in my mind. Sorry.
But I would be all right if Dominic left Judgment Day, went to Phantasma.
With Santos, I'd be fine with that.
Phantasma, or whatever the hell their goddamn name is.
Yeah, Phantasma, right?
Whatever it is. The LBF,
I just say Santos because I like Santos. You're an Escobar guy.
I
you can say
like
that.
that. I like Santos Escobar.
Mhm.
I like him as a heel.
Yeah,
Legado del Fantasmo. That's what it is.
Okay.
I had to get it right. It was pissing me off. So I thought that was pretty cool seeing Dom screw Ray over again and the look on Ray's face.
I love that Ray was actually wearing his mask. I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, what would he be wearing?
I'm just saying.
Are you saying that Dom would be wearing Ray's mask? You thought that was cool?
I meant Dom wearing Ray's mask. That's what I meant to say. Did I say Ray? I meant Dom.
Yeah.
I meant Dom wearing Ray's mask. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that was. I added to it. I thought it was even funnier. I don't know which one was it. I don't know if it was Wade or Corey Graves. Or it was Corey that said, "Oh, I didn't realize that was Dom. I thought that was Rey Mysterio out here."
It was Corey. Actually, it was Corey Graves that said it.
I thought that was kind of funny.
But all they have to do is that Dom's like 4 inches, at least 4 or 5 inches feet taller than Ray is. So.
Yeah. And that's what made it funny is just, because obviously their size difference and built different and everything.
If you couldn't tell that was Dominic Mysterio under that mask, you had problems.
But yeah,
Come on.
You knew
it was so obvious.
Awkwardly standing there like a teenager at an eighth grade.
Right, with a watch on his right hand, with his right hand. Come on. You knew it was him.
So we also had AOP, the Authors of Pain, which I really like, against the Street Profits for the 6-pack challenge qualifier. And the Street Profits surprisingly won. I thought AOP was going to run right through them like they've been running through them. So I was really surprised that AOP lost this match.
Go ahead, Ed.
I guess they're not on hot. I guess they're not hot on the Authors of Pain and Cross as much as they were there for a few weeks.
Which I don't understand why. I think they're fantastic in the ring. They're big bullies. You know what I mean? Like it's awesome.
I like AOP. I have no problem with them. I think they're a good tag team. They're very good. But I think you got to remember at the same time, it is the Street Profits, and the Street Profits have been tag team champions. They have been, they've been around. So you can't.
Their asses whipped by AOP.
Well, I get it, but you can't take it away. I mean, Ford and Montez and help me out here, Ed.
And Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, Ford and Dawkins been around for a long time. They're a good tag team. They're going to get their props that they deserve to what they're getting. AOP just got not there yet. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. But overall, it wasn't a bad match. It was a decent match.
It was good. There was some good, some good stuff in there that I saw. I mean, I love that. I think it was I want to say Dawkins went over the top rope. No, it was Ford. Sorry, Ford went up top rope. Did the whenever he did his whatever flip thing on those two, which was good. I like that.
Well, are you talking about the time when they caught him and they power bombed him? He did that flip over the top rope and they caught him.
Yes, but him go. Yeah, yes, that was good. That was a good segment. Very good. Yes.
And I think he did it again later on. I think that's maybe what you're talking about. And he hit it later on. I think on
one of them. Yeah, I saw him hit it on one of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But earlier he did it and they caught him. Both of them caught him and they slammed his ass down. I was like, wow, that was awesome.
Hey, kudos to
in the right spot, man. That was awesome.
I'll just say kudos to the Street Profits because I just thought they're good to me. Yeah. They're very good.
Then another 6-pack challenge match. We had Theory and Waller, the douchebag from Down Under, the Kangaroo Jackass. They beat Anderson and Gallows. Luke Anderson and Luke Gallows
cheated, but they cheated, but they won.
And that's what heels do. They cheat. And I really liked the way they cheated, how he got the feet up on the ropes. That's old school. And then you had the partner holding onto the heels. Then he didn't have to, but he did anyway. It's like it took me back to the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, it was
awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't overly excited that
it's kind of like a Macho Man Savage match if you think about it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that with a good tag team and not these two jabronis.
I'll agree with that. And I don't know, the OC. I don't know. Carl
I
Anderson
love-
looked good. Luke Gallows looks kind of, gimpish a little bit. He looks old. He looks.
Well, Gallows he is getting like. I mean,
he's been around for a long time.
he has. I agree.
So
But-
I mean, yeah.
You gotta love, Gallows and Anderson. They've been around a while. They're a very good tag team. Who am I thinking of? I can't think of his name. Oh shoot, what was? I think it was Gallows. I want to say, what was he a while back?
Festus.
Festus. Thank you. Biscuits and gravy. Yes, thank you. Yes.
The guy, I remember.
Yes.
I mean, he'll stand back in those days. He stand there like. Until
Yeah,
the bell ring and
right. Yeah.
shoot, Jesse, right?
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, Jesse. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Terry Gordy's son.
Good call, Ed. You're right. Absolutely.
I used to do that to my brother all the time. We'd be messing around because we have young teens or whatever, and I'd sit there like Festus one day. And I'd start chasing him around. But yeah, that was interesting.
It was good.
Back in the day.
That match was good, though. I mean, I know you two aren't a Grayson Waller and Austin Theory guy, but yeah, I'm kind of glad they won because I like Theory. I'm a Theory. It's a shame because Theory was so promising when he won the U.S. title, and we thought he was going to go into bigger, better things, and they knocked him down big time.
Because he was Vince's project. He was
Yes.
not a weights person. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
But he still has to have a lot of talent. He has a great look, so I could see him eventually.
He looks great. He's phenomenal. His body, he's but nothing beats that F5 off the cage. I'll never forget that.
When Vince was not involved anymore, I think Austin Theory needed to maybe go back to NXT and be under Shawn Michaels' tutelage for at least a year or so.
Okay, I can see that.
Eileen says it was nice to see the OC wrestle. I agree with that. You don't see him wrestle all that often live anymore, like on TV. I'm sure they wrestle probably house shows or dark matches or whatever.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see them out there at least get a little shine because I thought they looked good. I thought, like I said, the only thing was I thought Gallows looked a little bit slow, a little bit older, but still, I thought he did well. He did good. Anderson looked phenomenal, and yeah, it's just I was kind of surprised that they lost that the way things were going in that match. Like there ain't no way they're gonna lose this match, and with a little bit of cheating and
hey, little ropes, a little hold on to the leg. Sometimes you got to win like that.
Yeah, to be fair for Luke Gallows, he looked old when he was Festus. Okay,
he did look old when he was Festus. You're right. Well, he looks so. I guess when I say old, he looks stiff. He looks very stiff, but he looked stiff back then as well. You're right.
I agree.
So we also had Naomi versus Io Sky, and this is your retribution from last week when Naomi went out to help Bailey when Bailey was wrestling. Was it Dakota Kai?
Dakota Kai. Yes.
And so this is all retribution for that. And so yeah, you look back the back in the back segment, the locker room segment, you had Naomi and Bianca Belair talking, and Bianca's like, Sifu, I told you, or it was actually Bailey. I'm sorry, Bailey and Naomi. Bailey's, thank you, Bailey's starting to be like, wearing bright colors again. She's chipper, smiling and stuff like that. And that's when Bianca Belair interrupts and basically, I told you not to be helping her out. She deserves everything she gets, and blah blah blah. And so Naomi's like, I get it, but it's still my friend, and all that other stuff. Yeah. And so I think I don't know if Bailey said it or not. She goes, "But I got your back," or anything like that. But before the match, they announced Naomi first. She came down with awesome ring entrance with the whole glowing stuff. And then the Damage Control was announced, and you're waiting for Io Sky to come out. I'm like, where the hell is she? I'm expecting her to maybe attack Naomi from behind because they're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Well, then it goes backstage, and she's stomping the shit out of Bailey. Right. So now she goes down. They have a match, a decent match. It was a short match, I thought, right? It was pretty short.
It was short. Yeah, it was very short. Yeah.
Because Damage Control gets involved. They start stomping the crap out of Naomi. And actually, Io won the match with a little bit of help from Damage Control, some distractions and stuff like that. And so Io Sky ends up winning the match, and they start stomping the shit out of Naomi. Well, then Bianca Belair comes down and she just starts, running through them, through damage control until the numbers caught up. The numbers game caught up to her. They start stumping Bianca down. Now, much like last week when I said Naomi came down to help Bayley, the crowd is chanting for Bianca. EST, EST, EST. And she didn't come down. And I said I was surprised. And now this week they're chanting Bayley, Bayley, and Bayley doesn't come down.
Well, Bayley was hurt.
They don't. You're not supposed to really know that. That's just, you know what I mean? Like
that was the storyline.
That was the storyline, but Naomi. Were
you surprised that Bianca actually came down the ringside?
No, I'm not surprised because it's Naomi's her friend, and I know that Bianca's. You're getting yourself into something you don't want to be into. It's only going to end up bad for you. She's still going to help her.
Right.
I'm surprised Bayley didn't come down still, though. She said she got her ass stomped, but hell, it was 10 minutes before that. Get up, brush yourself off, and get down there. Limp down if you have to. If she belly crawled, if she makes the attempt belly crawl down, at least they can say that she tried.
True.
This gives Bianca Belair more ammo, saying, "See, she ain't gonna help you. She's not gonna come down and help you." And Bayley's like, "I was attacked," and and she's gonna be like, "Well, how convenient was that?" So, you know what I mean?
I do. I understand everything I get it. I really do. But at the same time, I thought I didn't think Bianca was going to come down. Because I figured if she didn't come out last week, why would she come down this week?
Well, because last week was Bayley, this week's Naomi. Naomi did get her ass stomped last week as well.
Right.
That was because she was helping Bayley. This time she wasn't helping Bayley. She was out there by herself.
And don't you go with that pull hair thing either, because I know you're going to.
I was going to bring it up.
I knew you were. I saw it coming.
That hair is real. She pulled this. She's pulling it.
She was pulling it. She was. I agree.
And see, Bianca's pulling the opposite way. That's bullshit. That hair ain't real. Bullshit. I'm calling it now. It's getting deep in here. I'm wearing my ship boots right now because it's getting deep. I got the shovel out. It's deep.
And he. Oh man.
Nothing. Bullshit, Ed. All right, Eddie. What were your thoughts on the match?
Good match for the length of it being short, and wasn't surprised that they had Bayley get attacked before the match.
You weren't surprised?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't surprised that she got attacked either. I wasn't surprised by that.
I guess my question is, where does this put Naomi?
I think this puts Naomi into a feud with Damage Control.
But can she get higher on the rankings with this? I mean, really, what does this do for her ranking-wise? Nothing to me.
No. She's lost pretty much every match that she's wrestled so
That's
far.
my point. What is helping Bayley doing to her, helping her out in any way or shape or form?
Bayley's in a major feud right now, a top line feud for a championship. So if you buckle your ass to that, you're going to get mentioned as well. So now your name.
You think?
Like a big dog with a flea on its back. You're still on that big dog.
Could this set up a tag team title match at Mania? Bianca and Naomi against the Kabuki Warriors?
I'd be all right with that. Do they have a match set up for?
If that's the case, I could see it.
I mean, there are rumors that Asuka's hurt.
No, Asuka's fine.
I read a couple things on I think it was Sportskeeda. Maybe
she looked fine on Friday night from what I saw.
Now go back and watch it and tell me what she did.
She was in the ring.
She got in the ring and she didn't do a whole.
She was dancing.
She was
like she always does.
She was,
and then she didn't. She spit the what do you call it out?
The mist.
I think she's fine.
The poison mist.
Whatever.
A couple of the
mist, poison, whatever you want to call it.
A couple of the sites said that there's a potential injury. They took her off from last weekend's house shows to give it a chance to rest and see how it feels going from there. With her being on a show on Friday night, that tells me good news. But she didn't wrestle, and when she got in the ring, when they were stomping the crap out of Naomi and Bianca, you didn't see her doing a whole lot.
No,
you didn't see her really.
I saw her dancing like crazy.
But yeah, so I'm assuming she's all right. They just let her rest it a little bit.
I guess.
I was thinking maybe they're gonna have a, next Friday night, maybe have a 3v3 tag match. Force Naomi, Bianca, and Bayley to team up against Damage Control. But
that's a possibility. That actually wouldn't be a bad match.
Hey, and I have an idea, because if the number games gets too much, I can maybe have maybe Jade come out to do the rescue to make it even.
Well, and that's who else is going to be on Friday Night SmackDown next week.
I just heard she signed on SmackDown.
She said she's going to make her first official appearance on SmackDown.
I heard that
Friday night.
I did hear that. I just read she signed on SmackDown. So she must be. Her ring rust must be ready to go. She must be ready to go then. That's what I'm saying.
So like she had a video on SmackDown, saying as much, that she signed with SmackDown. She's taking her talents to SmackDown. I think she might have said, or something like that.
Good for her.
And she'll be on Friday night.
There's another great girl on SmackDown. But go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
If she's involved in multi-woman matches, that can help hide her weaknesses and help.
Like tag team matches or gimmick type matches.
I agree. I agree with that.
Oh my God, I'm dying here.
I'm saying she must be. I mean, ring rust must be off her now for them to put her on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah,
that's good.
And I would expect to start seeing her more often after WrestleMania.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else from Friday Night SmackDown that you guys want to talk about before we get out of here?
Yeah. Hello.
What?
You missed
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
And you know what? So here's what happens. Because I write down all the matches down in my notebook, so I don't forget them. But I always miss one or two. I'm like, I got to write down LA Knight and AJ Styles, but I forgot all.
LA Knight gets pulled up by the cops. Cops take him into the car. He gets out of there. Him and what do you call it? AJ Styles going at it. AJ Styles wondering what's going on outside. And there's LA Knight waiting for him in the parking lot. Yeah. And there you go. And you're thinking, okay, here we go. And next thing you know, here comes a cop out of nowhere. What's going on? So the cop comes in there and cuffs LA Knight. For what reason? I have no idea. Stupid.
What are you talking about? He attacked a man in front of his home.
Yeah, yeah, but AJ Styles was there too. He could have cuffed him. They didn't cuff Styles. They cuffed LA Knight.
In self-defense.
Oh, please.
He was attacked. Eddie, am I wrong?
It was
at least LA Knight attacked him face to face, unlike AJ Styles, who likes to sneak attack people like a little coward.
It was a great segment. I loved it. I really did. I saw it. I saw it an hour before we started the show. And I didn't even know what happened until I saw it. I was like, "What is this?" And I'm sitting there watching, and LA Knight's sitting there. He's like, "Let me talk to you." Yeah. And I'm thinking, "Oh, great. They're going to go at it in the park." I was like, "Let's go." Next thing you know, LA Knight's on top of him, pounding his little head. And here comes the cop out of nowhere, takes up LA Knight and cuffs him. What the heck's that?
Maybe the cop confused AJ for a soccer mom with that haircut.
Hey, tell me about it.
So here's what had me rolling when I was watching it, because I thought it was awesome as well. Seeing AJ Styles in his home gym, doing like a lead up to WrestleMania, whatever. But you hear the horn beeping, and they're like, "Cut! We gotta do this over. We're gonna start over." What is that? And AJ's like, "She's like, what the hell's going on out there?" Well, he goes walking into his front door, and his hair is up in a bun. I start rolling.
Yes.
It just reminds me of a soccer mom then. And he goes out there, "Hey, who's out there making all that noise? Who's beeping that horn?" I'm thinking, there's Mr. Soccer Mom out there. Because I like AJ Styles. I don't think his hair looks like a soccer mom's hair. But Eddie keeps saying it, so it killed me when his hair was up in a bun like a soccer mom would be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was dying.
Well, he had a bandana on too. I mean, come on.
But LA Knight attacked him. That's why he got arrested. The cops pull up. LA Knight's on top, beating the snot out of him in front of his own home in his driveway.
I get it.
So, and he didn't press charges. What kind of good human being is AJ Styles. He didn't press charges. He got
But
attacked in front of
is
his
it
house.
me or does AJ Styles look bigger?
He looks bigger. He was lifting, so he got the swole on. He was swole from lifting.
But he looks like he looks huge.
He did look. He looked thicker.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's really, I was like, wow.
But I think recently, since he came back, he's been looking thicker. I thought he looked a little bit more put together when he first came back and started his attack in LA Knight and all that stuff.
I loved it when LA Knight said, "I will see you next week. I will be there." It's like, okay, great. I'll see you at WrestleMania or whatever he said.
Well, he's something like, "Yeah, I'll be back if you're not on SmackDown. I'll be back here again or
waiting for you or something."
He said to the cops, "I hope you're getting paid well because I'm coming back if he doesn't show up."
Right, exactly.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
No, it was a good segment. I just didn't understand why they didn't cuff AJ. They cuffed freaking LA Knight. They should have cuffed them both.
To me, AJ got off lucky considering some of the other home visits that we have seen in the past, like Hunter showing up at Randy Orton's house with Mr. Sledgy.
That was great.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin showing up at Brian Pillman's house with Mr.
Yes.
No, wait, Pillman had the gun.
So there was also I forgot where I was going with that now.
I don't know where you're going.
Anyway, yeah, I lost.
Anyway,
no big deal.
No, the segment was good. I didn't see it. I saw it an hour before the show started, and I was like, "What is this?" I see LA Knight sitting there waiting for him. Like, let me talk to you. Let's go.
Beeping the horn. I guess I assume that was his vehicle. He was beeping the horn. So
yeah, exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. But no, it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It's something I didn't expect to see.
It's a nice callback too to older like Eddie, like Randy, like the whole Randy Orton Triple H.
Randy and Triple H, yeah.
Cold, and there's been other ones too. I can't think of.
There's been a few.
So
how about when Randy burnt the house down?
Yeah. What was that? Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, yeah. And he sat there and watched it and did his pose. Okay.
Wow, Sister Abigail burnt.
Right. Down to the ground.
Speaking of Bray Wyatt, do you guys see that he's going to have a documentary or whatever it is on Peacock?
I did. I saw that.
Excited to see that. And also, who is the newest member of the Hall of Fame?
I believe. Oh.
Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt Patterson.
Thunderbolt. That's it. Yes. That is correct.
So, what do you know on this guy, Dave or Eddie?
He was big time in the late 60s through the early to mid 80s, but the 60s and the 70s, he was pretty much one of the better promo guys. But by the time he got into the early to mid 80s, he was kind of done. He was basically the junkyard dog, basically, before there was a junkyard dog, where he got by by his charisma and not his in-ring work.
Okay.
Ed did his homework on this guy.
He is the professor of professional wrestling. So
this is true.
Old school wrestling. We got Joey P. Wood checking in. Joey says, "What's up, guys? Any of you got big plans for Mania weekend?"
I hear somebody's covering it, Mr. Wood. Congratulations. That's awesome. Good for you.
Our guy, Joey, for those that don't know, Joey used to be a part of Out of the Box Sports. He started it with Paul many moons ago. And Joey did a wrestling show on Saturday mornings with his son. What was that called? Do you remember, Dave?
I don't remember the show.
Over the Ropes or
I think it was something like that, yeah.
But anyway. But now he's with EOP, and he's covering WrestleMania for EOP. Yep. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. I will be sitting alone in my home in the dark like a mushroom watching WrestleMania. So
Joey, I will actually be at NXT on Saturday, so I don't know when you're going to get there, but I know NXT starts at 12:30, but I will be at that show. I'm not going to Mania, but I am going to NXT that afternoon, so maybe I can catch up with you if you get there earlier enough. We'll see. But hope to see you there.
Eddie, what are you doing for WrestleMania weekend?
I'm gonna be watching it here at home.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be just sitting there all lonely, probably eating a brownie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, NXT starts at 12:30 Saturday.
But anyway, yeah, congratulations to you, Joey. That's awesome. That's great. I'm
Yeah,
happy for you,
that's
covering
great.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that's
I hope
great.
it. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll have a good time.
So anything else from this week's shows, guys?
No, I thought Raw and SmackDown were very good. Very good. Both shows were outstanding.
Joey says NXT is going to be good. Trick versus Haynes.
Yes, looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Whoop that Trick.
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
Hey, man, no problem, dude. Good luck. Have fun. Was it? No, like I said, both shows were great. Raw and SmackDown were very good. I thought Raw was a little bit better. With the Becky and Nia match. And the ending of SmackDown was great. Don't get me wrong, but we didn't get it. It was just something you didn't expect. But I thought Raw was a little bit better this week. That's just me.
The Creed Brothers and DIY, fantastic this week. Creed Brothers always putting it out, so is DIY. I can't wait to see many, many more matches, either between them or just them as teams going forward, because they're awesome. Eddie, anything else?
I would love to. Down the road. I would love to see the Creed Brothers against the Author of Pain. I think we could see the Creed Brothers do that the long standing suplex that they did to DIY.
Well, when we went from the ground, from his knees up with Ciampa in this vertical suplex was unbelievable.
He was up there for a long time.
Man.
Triple H. If you think about it, Triple H did that all the time.
Not from the mat.
No, not from the mat. But I'm saying, Triple H held him up there for a long time. I mean, he would hold him up there at least a minute or two.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I don't know about that long, but yeah, it feels like a minute or two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had him up there for a while.
Yeah.
But,
all right. So go ahead, Dave.
No, I said I thought no, it was great. Both shows were good, and on the road to WrestleMania, and they're really promoting it. I love it. It's gonna be one heck of a weekend from Thursday to Monday. It's gonna be awesome.
It is. It's gonna be. I so amped up for WrestleMania this year. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited. They really are, and I me being one of them. I think night one. If night one follows is great, the night two is going to be just as good. It depends. Like, you got to keep me going. You keep it going from Saturday to Sunday. So.
All right. So go ahead, Eddie.
I just don't think they can afford to have another disappointing night two like they did last year at the end.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
It needs to end with a big bang. That's why I think Cody's going to win. That's what the people want. That way he can finish that stupid ass story of his. And but anyway, so real quick, a couple reminders. Friday, myself and Paul will have special guest Kelly Slaughter, the daughter of Sergeant Slaughter, on the Atomic Drop podcast Friday, 9 p.m. So this Friday, be sure to check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're talking, her life as the daughter of a WWE Hall of Famer, also the Sarge's documentary that was just on A&E recently. So that's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait for that. And also, Dave, you want to take us through extra innings again?
Yeah, Sully and I are back on Tuesday nights. We're going to start next week. Extra innings is back Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Like talking MLB baseball, American League, National League, and let the season begin. And everybody's excited about it. So check us out Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Extra innings coming at you for our second year doing the show.
And also be sure to follow Out of the Box Sports Entertainment on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch. Also, we're on TikTok while it's still available here in America, and the Instagram. So be sure to check us out on all social media platforms that are listed. Like, follow, subscribe. Is very much appreciated. And real quick, a couple programming notes for me. I'm going to be live this Monday morning, 10 a.m. with the Silver and Black Lair, just LA Kings talk. Wednesday, I'll be doing the Batcave at 10 a.m., New York Mets talk. And then Friday, 10 a.m., I will be doing the Silver and Black Lair Raiders talk. So I'm going to split those two shows up now. between the Kings and the Raiders, and do them separate and see how that goes with more interest or not.
You can actually catch me Tuesday nights. Like I said, Tuesday night, 7:00. Sully and I will be back at Extra Innings at 7 p.m. talking MLB baseball. And I think Wednesday night, finally, Paul and I will be finally talking Dallas Cowboys, 215 boys. That'd be 9:30, I believe, Wednesday night. We'll be back in action for that. There's really hasn't been much on the Cowboys because their free agency, they really didn't do much. So we really can't talk too much Cowboys talk, but we're going to talk about it next week and see what we come up with. So I hope to see you guys then. Wednesday night, 9:30, and you catch me, like I said, Tuesday at 7, and next week, Saturday, same time, 10:00, for the Atomic Talk podcast.
Eddie, you're gonna be with us next Saturday night, buddy?
Yep.
All right, so we'll have Eddie too, and so maybe we'll see if we can get Adam Glenn on here too. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, where's he been? I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm gonna get a hold of him this week and see if he has a proper setup for it before we lose him here. So before Adam Glenn says I'm not gonna do it. So, and like Paul just said again, I just had it up just a minute ago. 9 p.m. Special guest again is Kelly Slaughter, daughter of Sergeant Slaughter, and we'll be talking to her about, of course, what was it like being the daughter of the Sarge, and also the Sarge's documentary. So all that.
Yeah, I'm jealous you guys are doing that. I wish I was a part of that. If I could chime, if I get home in time, I'll chime in and see if you guys can get me on. But I'm hoping that's the case.
All right.
Let me correct myself. The word isn't yep. The word is yeah.
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 Dave, tell them what time it is. Tell them whose game it is.
Oh, you know whose game it is, everybody. Let me tell you whose game this is. The Atomic Drop Podcast. See you next week. Yeah.
See ya.